My advice is for every teacher in this area to include the 5-state area is to absolutely experience the White House Decision Center.
Fun because it keeps my attention for longer than 5 minutes.
Unique.
New.
Interesting.
Challenging.
Outstanding.
To me, it's a high to watch these teachers and the students go through this program.
Brilliant.
Citizenship. Interesting.
Drama.
It's just swell.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, it was fun. All the pedagogical stuff you read about hands-on learning, and well, that's what this is.
We have several thousand students coming here each year.
I brought a group last year of about 35. This year I'm going to have a group in the neighborhood of 45, and next year hopefully in the neighborhood of about 65.
And we're going to decide who we want to be and who we don't want to be. If you already know who you want, just go get the badge. The pre-modules are important because it brings all of the kids together on one knowledge basis. First off, they all got to choose their role, who they were going to play it. And then they got a little bit of history on the time period of the Berlin airlift, and they started making decisions involving those roles. The preparation was all done for me. I didn't have to do it. Somebody has worked very hard on this curriculum.
And they had kind of a falling out, and that's where the Cold War actually started.
It was formed. 50 nations came to San Francisco.
I got 50 nations.
Yeah, it's very fun playing a role. It's kind of like West Wing in a way.
It takes learning out of the books and just puts it in your face, and I love it.
There's a lot of stuff that comes along with this that isn't exactly in the curriculum.
The job that they have is so much harder than what we see it just on TV.
We actually get to go and live it and experience the history.
You get to have fun at learning, and the best way to grab a student's attention is to let them have fun.
It's a real rush. You get to get out there and make decisions.
I think some of them really came forward where they wouldn't before. It surprised me how much the kids enjoyed it. They really liked their roles. They liked to do them.
I gotta be Roscoe.
I'm an advisor for the president.
It's kind of pressure being a press secretary.
Since I am the Secretary of Defense, I still have my own say-so.
I chose to be the Director of Central Intelligence.
I'm a little worried. I think that's some big shoes to fill, being Harry Truman.
I'm really up to the challenge and I'm ready to get started.
This program was created to meet state standards and to meet the national social studies standards. These students are analyzing primary documents. They're problem solving, they're doing cooperative group work. It involves communication skills, leadership skills.
What we are trying to do in this program is give you a lot of the information that Truman and his advisors had, confront you with the same crisis, and then let you decide what to do.
It is August 6th, 1948, about 8 o'clock in the morning. President Truman is sitting alone at his desk in the Oval Office, thinking about this crisis in Berlin. This is a history laboratory. When you go into these meetings right now, you're looking for two things. Truman needs information to make a wise decision. And two, he needs options.
Well, right now, all the presidents are in a room together in our president debriefing, looking through documents so we can be informed on the issue.
This is a room full of press secretaries, and we are looking over documents that Charlie Ross would have looked over.
You have to really pay attention on what you're looking at so you can make the right choice.
We've got some serious issues here. One, we just got done with the war. 2 world wars. The American people right now are not looking for another war. I've got re-election. If you want to keep your job.
We're briefing the president on some of the suggestions that we have.
We need to calm down the unifying stuff, but just know that we're unified.
I think we should pull our troops out of Berlin.
That's not an option either, because they want action.
Firm.
Yep.
Okay.
Taking charge.
Ask U.S. allies to trade with to stop trade with Russia.
I don't think that's an option yet either.
You don't want to embargo against them.
That would take too long. We don't have that much time.
Food and supplies.
We've got people dying.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of President Truman, we are authorized to release the following information.
Hello, I'm Vanessa from the Milwaukee Journal. What's your plan of action?
Sean from the Tampa Tribune. If we do go to war, do you think we'll have enough manpower?
Vanessa from the New York Times. Is cost an issue in regards to the airlift?
We can go in and provide food and clothing for those people who don't have anything. Well, this is a question I think I'll pass to the Secretary of Defense.
At this
point in time, we have an intense situation in Berlin as far as the Berlin blockade.
Are we looking at it as appeasement as a way of contending with Russia?
Possibly.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, the President of the United States.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the press.
Hello, I'm Mike Herrera from the French news agency. I was wondering, how do your allies feel about this?
Sarah Wisdom from the Time magazine. President Truman, what are some other options if the airlift does not work?
Do you realize that your supposed timidness in dealing with Stalin has caused the possible Soviet takeover of Czechoslovakia, Prussia, Hungary, Poland?
Backing out would be timid, but staying there and continuing the efforts is not. This is the plan right now that we think will work, so this is the one that we're going to go with.
We got through it as a team, and our advisory group did a good job, and the president did a good job.
I may have seemed confident, but I was really scared, especially since the questions were just coming from everywhere, and they weren't planned, and I didn't know what was going to happen next.
I think more than anything, it's changed how I look at some of these students.
Some students, especially, that don't seem to have much in the way of a conviction, then you really see what they believe.
It gave our students, some with learning disabilities, the opportunity to shine.
This is Harry Truman's hometown. These are actual papers of monumental decisions made in his administration that kids get to wrestle with, and how could you not take advantage of that?
People in the Midwest here, to have this in their backyard is such a resource that I hope that teachers will use and bring their students to relive history, to recreate history, to deal with real issues from one of the top presidents of the 20th century, Harry S. Truman.